In January of 2011, my entire world changed. I already owned Call of Duty 4 and World at War on the Nintendo Wii, and I played them constantly. But when I finally got my hands on Black Ops 1, the multiplayer servers stubbornly refused to let me connect. So, I did what any kid would do. I jumped into the campaign. The very first thing I heard was the interrogation voice shouting the name Mason. Now, my real name is Jason, so as a kid sitting in front of the TV, I unironically thought the game was talking directly to me. I was completely captivated. The psychological thriller, the Vorkuta breakout, the legendary Viktor Reznov plot twist, they all blew my mind. That summer, I became completely addicted. I was playing anywhere from 10 to 12 hours a day. It got to the point where if my family had to go to the grocery store or run basic errands, I would sit in the car genuinely stressed out, thinking, man, I'm wasting my time. I need to be leveling up right now. I would go to the YMCA for a quick swim, rush back home, and immediately dive back into the grind. Right before I would ever sit down to play Black Ops 1 on the Wii, I would always wash my hands. We had a green cucumber hand soap. Anytime I smell that smell, I'm instantly transported back to that childhood summer of 2011. Periodically, I visit my dad's house and play the Xbox 360 version with my stepbrother. Going from the Wii to the 360 felt like looking into the future. The graphics were unreal, and the colors looked amazing. I even helped him grind to the second prestige, regularly topping his split-screen lobbies. And I still have a vivid memory of playing the DLC map Hotel over and over. Even when life forced me away from the console, the game stayed in my head. One day, our power went out at home. I went to the local park to toss a baseball with my brother, but the entire time I was throwing, I was just staring into space thinking, man, I just hit 7th prestige. I need to get back on. I played on an actual baseball team that summer too, and in the dugout, all the other kids were gossiping about surviving on Kino der Toten. I'd just sit there in the background listening silently thinking, yeah, I play that too. On the Wii version, I eventually started a clan called Army. I thought it was the coolest thing in the world. I was only 12 years old at the time, and there were full-grown adults in these lobbies. I remember one time a guy unironically asked me in the chat, wait, are you actually using the Wiimote? When I told him yeah, he said, dang, you're really good. I was flattered. A lot of people back then used optional classic controller accessory, but not me. I was a motion control purist. I made a tight-knit group of online friends, including a kid named Sam and his older brother Max. We actually became close enough that we added each other on Facebook. My closest buddy on there at the time was Iowa Busta. I'll never forget him telling me that his gaming setup was literally located in his grandma's attic. Talk about a legendary chaotic environment to grind Call of Duty. We would jump into private matches to play Michael Myers for hours and grind public lobbies together. A funny thing that happened was, on the Wii, you had multiple profiles to choose from, and one of those profiles was named Sergeant Cordray. I'll never forget some kid in the lobby chat asked me, are you actually in the military? By July of 2011, I finally did it. I've reached 15th prestige. Everything I had worked for led up to this very moment. My next goal was simple. Grind out COD points and unlock more gold camos for different guns. And then one day, everything shattered. A random hacker invited me to play in a private match. Long story short, this modder wiped my entire profile clean. Hundreds, if not thousands of hours of effort, gone in a single second. I was in complete shock. I'm not ashamed to admit it either. As a kid, I actually cried a little. Everything I had worked for all summer vanished. Because the Wii version let you create multiple profiles on one disc, I wiped away my tears and started a brand new account. I managed to prestige just a couple more times, but honestly the magic was just permanently gone. It just didn't hit the same. There's a lot of misconceptions about Black Ops on the Wii. People think it was an entirely different game, but honestly, it was a technical miracle. It was almost the exact same game as the Xbox 360 and PS3 versions, just running on inferior hardware. Yeah, the graphics were kind of blurry and low res, and yes, it was missing major features. High-tier kill streaks like the chopper gunner were entirely absent, unique tactical equipment like the camera spike didn't exist, and even some multiplayer maps had to be physically shortened or cut down like Havana, just so the Wii's memory wouldn't crash. And because Kino der Toten was the only zombie map available on the disc, you had zero map variety. but despite the limitations, the core gameplay loop was perfectly intact. Fast forward years later, right before Nintendo officially pulled the plug on the Wii servers, I loaded up Black Ops 1 Wii one last time to say goodbye. Back as a kid, I dropped a 29 kill streak using a motion controller, believe it or not, but picking up the Wiimote after all those years had passed, I was completely lost. I sat there staring at the screen thinking, how the heck did I ever play like this? It wasn't the cinematic, glorious send-off I wanted for my childhood game, but it was still incredibly nostalgic. I eventually learned that when the servers were terminated, all the player database data was permanently deleted from the backend anyway. So even if you mod a Wii today to play on custom fan servers, you still have to start from absolute scratch. All of the friends I made in the Army clan, people like Iowa Busta, I have no idea where they are today, or what happened to them. My ranks, my profiles, and my dream of owning those gold guns are gone forever into this void. It's all a mystery now. But despite the downgraded port, the missing features, and the heartbreak of the hacker wipe, I love Black Ops 1 on the Wii. It was the Wild West of my childhood, and I wouldn't trade those memories for anything. Drop a comment down below. Did you ever experience Call of Duty on the Wii? I'll see you next time.